G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on U-96. It's now a new year, 1942, and in the last episode we got the alert that the Americans are fully engaged in the war now. So we are free to do whatever we want in terms of attacking American ships or ports, so we may get into that later down the line, but for today we're just going on a standard patrol out and around the UK, so hopefully we can pick ourselves up a good amount of ships. So a quick look at the map here, and our hunting grounds are just around Scapa Flow and north of Scotland, so we've got a little bit of the North Sea to patrol today. So it's a pretty big area, 10,000 tons that we need to sink. Not really the primo hunting grounds for us, but we'll do what we can. If we find something in there, then that'll be great. If not, maybe we'll head up north here and we'll get started on the Arctic convoys. It might be good to put a little dent into that. We know there's some good shipping lanes up around there, but we've got to get the patrol sector done first, so just see where we end up. Okay, well they're just coming into our visible range here, so we can start to check out what we are actually going to try and take down. And we've got some pretty horrific conditions here, can't really see much. Definitely going to need the red light on when we go for the periscope, but even through the normal camera angles I can't see a great deal. So let's start picking through and see what we're going to attack here. So we're not attacking that, that's a Norwegian Empire. So far it's just a bunch of destroyers really, isn't it? So maybe we'll pick this one off, and hopefully we'll be able to pick something else out of the convoy here. There's choppy conditions too. Snowing, windy and very dark, so not good for us. Maybe good for this convoy. Hopefully we can get some success here though. So we'll start by taking down that lead destroyer. It's going to be quite difficult for us to even get a speed reading here because the waves are up and down. I can barely even see a boat. But we'll do what we can. So we know they're on a course of 59 degrees. Distance is there's no point even trying to guess the distance right now. Let's move in a little bit closer, and then we'll let them move along as well, and then we'll see where we're at. Hopefully we can get a good view. So there is quite a few ships in this convoy, but it looks like it's heavily defended. So if I can just take out this one destroyer, and then we'll just try and pick off the biggest target that we can in here. Yeah, that's a bit of a better view. So we can recognize that now. Looks to me like it could be probably an EF class, I would say. Pretty standard for those, and speed reading is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, but we'll try our best. Let's get that clock started now, see what she's doing. And we'll stop the clock there. And 6 knots it is, so nice and easy. And distance, probably going to have to use the map for this, I think. Can't really see anything. It's not going to be accurate if we do it that way, so we'll just use the old compass here, and we'll just spread that out, and that's saying roughly about 2 kilometers. So we'll chuck in just a little bit under that on the clock here, and hopefully that's going to read about right, and hopefully we'll get a good hit here. And we'll just launch up 1 torpedo for them. That should be enough to take down this EF it normally is, and then we can start thinking about picking off a bigger target. So tube number 1 can go away. Well, there we go then, we've got a good hit there, right at the back of the ship, so hopefully that is going to cause her all sorts of problems. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully that fire is going to spread, although it looks like it's going under the waves, so they may get lucky there. We'll just have to wait and see what the damage does. Well, I've been watching her for a while, but the damage doesn't seem to be going down any further, so I don't know what's happening here, but she seems to be surviving just fine. She's got her back end in the water a little bit, but she is just chugging along there, so unfortunate for us. And now we have a swarm of destroyers coming our way, so we are going to head under the convoy and try and pull up on the other side. And we'll get in here and we'll try and pick ourselves off a different target, I think. And we are back with the convoy. So we have spotted ourselves a Liberty in amongst this. It's not that one. It must be the next ship over. But we got ourselves the biggest target pretty much available to us. So we're going to try and take that down. And then I think it's just going to be a case of letting the rest of these guys sail on. We're not going to bother taking down destroyers. And there's a lot of Norwegian ships in here. But fortunately for us here, we've got a British Empire, so there's at least something that we can take down. So we shall recognize this as a Liberty, and they're still on the same course, and it's just a quick distance and speed check just to be sure that we're actually going to get the right hit. I know that they're within torpedo range, so we just need to do a quick speed check and hopefully she's all good to go. So we'll start that clock up and we'll stop the clock there. So it's saying 9 knots, but we are so close that I don't think we'll miss. So we just get 2 torpedoes going straight away, and hopefully she doesn't adjust her speed too much. But at this kind of range, it really shouldn't matter as long as we're aiming at the front. So we'll send tube 1 and 2 away. There we go, 2 good hits on the Liberty and a huge fire on the decks, and we're just gonna see what that damage report's saying. We had a pretty dodgy damage from one of the first torpedo that we've launched today, so hopefully these other 2 are going to do some more and we're going to have a successful downing here. It's just going to be a little bit of a waiting game just to see if that damage bar does go down. Don't really want to be launching a third. Not going to be worth it for us, and we don't want to. We've got no chance of surfacing up for a deck gun engagement here. But I would say that 2 torpedoes for a Liberty is normally more than enough. It's a little bit slow, but it is going to happen, I think. And there is one more ship in here before we depart and let the rest of the convoy go. But there is another C3 in here, so we'll try our best to take that down as well. And then we can let the rest of them just sail away, and we'll go carry on and try and pick ourselves up another convoy. So it looks like she's going to go down. It's just a flooding issue here, so that fire's going to do the rest of that for us, I would say. So she'll go down and we'll reposition ourselves and line up on that C3, and then we'll hopefully have 2 ships down, and then we can get moving on again. Well, we're back with them, and they have been moving on a little bit more, but we probably haven't let them calm down fully. I don't think they'll be at cruising speed just yet, so we'll start getting our recognition done and all the solution. I think we're pretty close to them by now, so it won't really matter what the speed is. It's not going to fluctuate too much, but we will do a speed check just to double check. And I don't think they'll be at cruising speed, but better have a look. So let's get that clock going and see what they're doing. And we'll stop the clock there and see what that says. 8 knots. Sounds good to me. They may change their speed while the torpedoes are in the water, but hopefully if we're aiming at the front of the ship, it shouldn't matter too much. So tube 1 and 2, fire those away and hope for the best. Well, there we go, 2 good hits, and that light there looks really good, lighting the boat up like that. That looks really cool, eh? 2 nice big black holes in the middle of the ship right there, so she must have changed her speed slightly while those torpedoes were on course, but the damage looks good. She is listing heavy to port, but the old C3s, they normally don't go down from 2 torpedoes, so kind of expecting to have to come back and finish this thing off. The cargo's overboard. That's a good sign. That doesn't happen often. So this C3 may be going down just from the torpedoes alone. So that is quite good. Be happy with that. So that looks like they're as much as we can do. Yep, there we go. We've got the confirmation. We've done the objective that we needed to do, but we're still out here hunting down a lot more, obviously. But I don't think we can do much more with this convoy, so we'll let them cruise on and we will go clock up a few more kilometers and then see if we can pick ourselves up another convoy. Maybe a few lone range ships that are cruising around by themselves, but it's just going to be a case of getting our kilometers done first, and then we'll see what we can find on the way. And we'll try and pick ourselves up a whole lot more shipping before the end of this episode. Well, there's heaps of activity around here on this, it's kind of like the coast of Scotland here. There's a lot of ships around. I'm assuming most of them are actually just escort ships that are cruising in the area, but we've managed to pick ourselves up a fairly large amount of ships here. So we've got a little NA-1 there. There's just one destroyer leading it. There's another NA-1. We'll just sift through them and we'll see if we can pick out the best target. There's another NA-1. You don't see these things that often as it is, and we got 4 in a row there. 4, 5, another one, and another one. Jesus, nothing substantial in here. So I think the best bet's going to be to probably take down that lead destroyer, and then we'll probably just surface up and try and engage with these NA-1s on the deck gun. They normally go down easy, and they don't want to. No point wasting all of our torpedoes on them, so we'll do a solution here for this destroyer, and hopefully all the ships that are up there to the north won't interfere with us too much, and then we can get cracking on a surface engagement with the rest of this, and it will just be easy pickings, and we'll be able to get ourselves, they must be 2,000 to 3,000 tons apiece. Times that by 7, that's 21,000, so should be alright if we can sink all of those. No interference from any other destroyers, so we should be free to go, but we'll just pan around and find ourselves this destroyer, get that out of the way, and then we got easy pickings, I suppose. Alright, so here we go. There's a little bit of difficulty trying to find this lead destroyer. Taking a long time to pan around there, and she's just slightly, she's pretty much at 0, so the torpedoes are kind of going to be chasing her as she goes, and that looks to me like a town class destroyer, and just need to make sure that she's not too far away. If she's anything like 4,800, then we're going to be a little bit screwed. That should be okay. The torpedoes are going to have to give chase, like I said, so they should catch up just fine. And we'll stop the clock there. 8 knots. Okay, so we will send one. Just one torpedo is often enough to take these things down. At least put it dead in the water. Hopefully it sinks it straight away though. So tube number 1, flood it and send it. There we go, got a decent strike and full damage, so she at the very least is going to be dead in the water. Hopefully she's just going to drop like a stone here. We'll just wait a couple of seconds. The water is taking on very rapidly. There we go. She is done for, so that kind of gives us a very open range here where we can just surface up and deck gun down all of these NA-1s. It's going to be... Luckily we have got heaps of ammunition, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. There's plenty of them, eh? We'll just start chasing them down from the back. So we're going to be just fine with that. And we'll just double check here. Oh, what's this? We've got something down here at the bottom. Is that another destroyer? No, it's a flower class. Oh, I don't really want to torpedo that. So I might try something a little bit dangerous here, and I'm going to surface the boat. I'm going to let that come our way. I may put a decoy out, and then I'm going to surface up and I'm going to circle around it and try and take that down with the deck gun. Okay, the NA-1s are moving forward, and this flower class is there, and we've got a decoy in the water. I'm hoping that's going to take the attention away from us. And we are going to surface up, jump on the deck gun, and we are going to try and get ahead of this thing and shoot from a little bit of range. But this could be the end of the campaign if we get killed here, but hopefully not. I've done it before, and I want to do it again, and hopefully that we can sink this thing, and then we are going to just be all good to go and tear it up with these NA-1s, and as long as we can stay alive, that is.
Sie sinken.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Hüllenbruch. Sie sinken. Wir haben ihn. Sie sinken. Sie sinken. Feuer an Deck.
Well, we're going alright. We've got a few of them down already, but I think we're going to need to reload the deck gun here. Better get someone carrying up some ammunition for us while we continue to rain down on them. So we'll just select deck gun and shift some ammo over. I think we're going to need pretty much all of what we have here to get on with the job. And we are just up on the surface, and we'll continue with the engagement. Loving this. The front end keeps falling off most of these ships, so we're doing quite well. I think aiming at the front seems to be the best opportunity to take them down easy, but we are just hunting them down one at a time, and we're going alright, as you can see. So this is just going to continue on. We'll get rid of all of these guys, and then we'll maybe head out and try and pick ourselves up some larger stuff further out at sea.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Sie gehen unter.
Well, I think that's all of the NA-1s that we've spotted that we could deal with. I'm just going to cruise around a little bit more, just get a guy on the hydrophones to see if we've missed anything. They've kind of separated themselves during the attack, so we'll just make sure that we haven't missed any. That could be one over there to the east, so we'll go and check on that and make sure that that's not another NA-1. And we won't let it get away if it is. Otherwise, I think we're going to cruise up to the north, and we'll see if we can pick ourselves something up in those Arctic convoy areas, and hopefully we'll get ourselves some type of convoy that's heading kind of from the Arctic back down towards the UK. Well, looks like there's no such luck. We've been up here quite a bit, done a little bit of a lap around the star on the map there, and kind of heading towards Bear Island and up to the top of Norway, but yet to pick anything up on the hydrophones. So getting a little bit concerned that if we go too far we're going to run out of fuel. So I'm going to just cruise on back around and back down towards the top of the UK there, and hopefully we'll pick something up along that way. That way we can conserve the fuel, and we'll see how we go. And we are back at port, February the 4th, 1942. Not the best outing that we've had, but certainly not the worst either. Probably got quite a lot of points actually towards our next medal for sinking all those NA-1s. So I don't actually know how well we did in the end, so we'll just have a little run through. Got ourselves, looking back, we got an Empire, Liberty, a C3. Oh, we didn't do as well as I thought, 33,000 tons, but it's an impressive list nonetheless. All those NA-1s certainly helped us out there, so not too bad. Well, there we go guys, hopefully you enjoyed that episode. Didn't get as many torpedoes in the water as we wanted, but still surface engagement is all good by me. So we're back, we'll get the boat recharged, rearmed and refueled, and then we'll be resetting and getting out there for the next job. And now that the Americans are involved, I think it's going to pick up quite a little bit more. There should be a lot more convoys out there for us. So leave a like and a comment on the video, let us know that you're enjoying it, and if you're new around here, do subscribe to the channel. We bring out U-Boat every week, so I will see you in the next video.